Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your week one power rankings. I'm so glad everybody's here to join me. It feels good to be back. Feels good to be standing in front of the screen. I was hoping to have some upgrades this year with the background and some of these things, but we're still working. You know, I can barely get out draft grades. Judas already let us know about that. So welcome into your new top three things this week. Solid week one action. I'm going to say half the teams won and half the teams lost. That's what I'm going to say. I love it. The talent is out there. You can feel the talent just kind of riding out there. There are teams in which you can start to see already in week one are really freaking good, aka Mr. Commish. Came out of the blue for me, but yes, worst draft grade for myself. And then all of a sudden I score 130 points. I love the names. Some of these names are fantastic. I am going to go over team name grade. I'm going to give you a grade and explain why I gave you that grade for your team name now that we all have complete team name grades. And I'm going to be honest with you. I already feel bad about the draft grades and how they've stacked up in order. I've looked back at the draft grades. I've looked back at week one. I've looked back at the draft grades. I've looked back at week one. It's a rough start for your commish. I usually feel pretty good about the draft grades. I do not today. But for your enjoyment, let's get it, baby. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Let's see if I can. Yes, I can. I can do both things at one time. I knew I could do it. Here we go. Number one. He was number one in my draft grades. He's number one in my heart. My pawpaw. Michael Schaefer. Taylor made to be my year. Congratulations. Good work. I'm giving him an A- for his team name grade. I believe that's a very strong team name grade. I feel like it says something about Pawpaw Mike. It says something about his team. It connects. We know what he's talking about. Just logical things happening here. That's key word, logical things happening here. Points scored 110 last week, 110.3. I love our new points system. Love it. Much better. And our theme this week for power rankings is about Queen Elizabeth, Her Majesty. So the queen of his team, Jonathan Taylor. And with every queen, you need peasants. And the peasant of his team this week was Ramondre Stevenson. Also, someone who's getting knighted for the future on his team, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So that's what we're going with. Queen, peasant, who's getting knighted. All right. Number two. I loved his draft. I wasn't sure about his draft, but I had a good feeling he was picking up players I was looking at. You know, we kind of think alike in a lot of ways. Mackenzie Mummy, number two. Ten Commandments. I love the name, draft grade name A-, logical. He switched it to play into our theme this year, which is The Last Supper. 120.5 points. My man was rolling. His queen was Cooper Kupp. His peasant, tell me if I'm wrong, Mackenzie, tell me if I'm wrong. Travis Etienne Jr. Peasant this week, absolute peasant. Needs to go back, learn some things. And who's getting knighted for his team for the future? Maybe Michael Thomas. We all kind of believed he was going to come back, but we weren't sure. He gets drafted late. That's what happens. And number three, David Hildebrand.
Whoa.
No Ash Schultz in the homes. Team name is completely ungradable. I'm not even sure what that is supposed to point towards. I don't understand. Ungradable team name. I'm going to leave it at that. 98.1 points. David, every year, I want to give him some credit. Every year, week one, week two, week three, he always hovers in that top four teams every single year. Consistency matters, ladies and gentlemen. Queen of his team, Patrick Mahomes. The peasant, the former Cowboy, Amari Cooper. Who gets knighted for his team for the future? Let's knight them, sir. Devontae Adams. He's already been knighted, but let's knight him again. Here we go. Number four, Could he have been number one? I don't know. That would be Kamish, baby. Smoking on a pack of Winstons. B+ with the name. I appreciated my name, but I didn't think it fit with the Last Supper. But, you know, smoking on a pack of Winstons just rolls off the tongue, but 130.2 points. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a complete and utter booty whooping. All right, can you hit the screen? Because now we're watching a screensaver. Thank you very much. I mean, she's not even paying attention, dude. What do I keep Vanna White here for? So, queen this week, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley rolling and doing his thunder dance. Gotta love it. Saquon Barkley. Peasant Allen Robinson II. I really thought Allen Robinson was going to do well this year. Terrible start. Who's getting knighted? My man from FSU, Jameis Winston, baby. He might be my quarterback all year. I love it. Gotta love it. Here we go. Number 5. Is this number 5? My wife, Dobbin Bullets. Now, I want to say real quickly, disclaimer out here. Did she name her team after Bullets after a running back was shot from the Washington Commanders? Yes, she did. Is she insensitive like that? Sure. But you know what? I love it. So give her a B+ for the name. Gotta love it. All right. 85.5 points.
Way to go, Lauren.
Gabe Davis is her queen. Graham Gano is the peasant this week. Graham Gano should not be even on her team. I don't know what she was thinking there. Who's getting knighted? My favorite player on the Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Let's get it. All right, here we go. Number 6, Taron Crouch. Now you see me, now you don't, or now you CD, now you don't. Love the name. B+ again with the name. Really big, spectacular name. 73.5. Didn't play up to her potential. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about power rankings, not potential. I mean, we are talking about potential in the power rankings, not just all facts, okay? Here we go. Travis Kelce, her queen. CeeDee Lamb, the peasant. The Cowboys looked like an absolute dud on Monday Night Football. They're without their quarterback. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Taryn is entering the chat. Now, who's getting knighted? Well, clearly, another guy from FSU, Cam Akers, doesn't want to play football, and he's pouting on the sidelines. So Darrell Henderson Jr. getting knighted for Taron Crouch. Number, I don't know, 7, 8. I can't keep track because this is different now. Some number. Dominic Triflo, in the nick of time. All right? In the nick of time. That would be a D+ name, Dominic. D+. Not great, okay? No creativity there. 98.3 points scored. Queen Justin Jefferson with the highest points scored this week. Guy was balling out of control. And then you got his peasant, Tyler Lockett. If Geno Smith looks relatively like what he did last week, Tyler Lockett's pretty much going to suck again, all right? So who gets knighted? Antonio Gibson. All because the starting running back was shot. Yes, that did happen in the NFL. It's a travesty. John Kerr. I think this is number 8. Number 8. We're going to go with that. Something like that. Number 8, John Kerr. It hurts when I pee. All capital letters. All capital letters. It hurts when I pee. That is a B- name. Sometimes I get confused when people use all capital letters. I don't understand. 70.6. Is that true?
No.
B- name, 79.5. Excuse me, was point scored. Jalen Hurts, his queen. Cam Akers. When I tell you this guy was a dud this week, not on injured reserve, no injury listed, just didn't play football this week. That's an ouchie. All right. Who gets knighted? Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy looked pretty solid this week. Pretty important. Number 9, 10. Yeah, number 9, Patty Schaefer. The cheetah always wins. B- with the name because it's creative. It plays well. I like it. But I'm going to say B-. B- is a good score. I don't know who's booing out there, but check this out. All right. 70.6. 70.6 is not going to get it done, but I do trust. I look at her team and I think, hey, there's some potential here. There's some future. I don't want to put her too low. Like her team. Tyreek Hill, the queen, my man Tua was just dumping off the Tyreek, watching him work. Kyle Pitts, complete bust this year. Yes, what school did he go to? The University of Florida, where all busts go to school. All right. Who gets knighted? Leonard Fournette. I actually believe this guy might be pretty good this year. He's usually pretty good. Number 10, Mark Jones. You can dig it. I'm not going to lie. Also D+ with the name. First of all, when you have a title, a thing as a question, you need a question mark at the end. That's important. Punctuation is important for team names. Punctuation.
What about punctuality?
D+. I didn't give anybody an F because I don't want to be disrespectful, but D+ is pretty low. 79.3 points scored. Queen, Stephon Diggs. Peasant, Aaron Rodgers with a complete dud of a game. I don't see that happening. Remember, RELAX, relax. He said it before, he'll say it again. Who's getting knighted on his team? Kareem Hunt. Now we're into, let's turn this music off because we are into the rough tier. Let me tell you, the rough tier. We're in that lower half here. These two teams tied. We're going to go with Derek Crouch at number 11. Daxmy Johnson. Yeah, you have to say it like that. That's how you have to say it. B+ with the name because he's keeping with his theme of talking about penises every year. I don't know what's up with my father. 61.4 points per game or points this week. I cannot believe I'm saying this. This man was without a touchdown for over 600 days, but the queen for him was Miles Sanders. And the peasant, his own, very own Dak Prescott is the peasant this week. Not really his fault. He got injured, but sometimes that happens. Injuries make you a peasant.
Fourth quarter.
Who's getting knighted? Pat Freiermuth. By the way, if you followed along in this game, whoever's getting knighted, these names feel like people who would get knighted. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Pat Freiermuth. These are some knighted names here. I like this, okay? And then lastly, we're going to Waddle House. Very important. This is key. I give him a B+ for his name because all capital letters make sense here. Makes sense is Waddle House. If you look at the Waffle House sign, all capital letters. See what I'm saying, guys? It's the little details. You got to be paying attention. Pay attention. 61.4 points per game, tied with the lowest. James Conner, the queen. The peasant is Mike Williams. Wow, what a rough game for him. Taking him very high. And then who gets knighted? Zach Ertz. I could see on this team, Zach Ertz becoming a staple player. So on to week 2, looking ahead real quick. 2-0s look like it's going to be hard to get to 2-0. The 1-0s look like they have a tough road. I'm not going to lie. Look at the games, the matchups this week. I can see a lot of teams ended up being 1-1. I could maybe see like 1 2-0, 1 0-2, and the rest 1-1s. So I feel like we have a tight-knit group after week 2. No teams completely wrecked yet, which is very important. Sometimes you look after week 1 and you go, what in the hell was that guy doing when he went to draft? But no teams yet. John's team with Cam Akers right there, that's a rough one. You did lose out on a top-end player, but we're gonna let him keep rolling. Bold predictions this week. Gotta love the bold predictions, okay? In the nick of time over ETN Commandments. Not saying these are better teams, just saying I think this week, in the nick of time, ranked number 7, gonna beat number 2. The cheetah always wins. I predict she has a victory. Number 9 over no Ash Schultz and Mahomes. I still don't understand what's going on there. Number 3. So number 9 over number 3. I like those bold predictions. Guys, what a fantastic week 1. Power rankings out. And you know what? We got a video for it. Not just, some power rankings blasted out to people. We actually got a video. Kamish out.
Good job, Kamish.
Nice job.